Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another sort of Convallaria video, and today we've got an over 9,000 level waifu drop in sort of Convallaria. HASNA's banner is here, and there is plenty of reasons going off the splash art why you'd want to pull for this character. And in fact, I'm going to do some pulls for this character. Now, I'm not going to go like super deep, and I'm going to dive into that, but I want to start this video off by talking about like maybe the final evolution of the content creator thing that's been going on, where the devs actually reached out to me recently and said, hey, want to do a more like direct approach to just sponsoring a few videos? And I was like, absolutely, that's where I like to live anyway. So some of the videos from sort of Convallaria that you see from me over the next couple of months will be sponsored videos. Let's make this one of them right here. So thank you, devs, for a more like direct sponsor approach. I appreciate that. And in fact, I'll use the money that I'm going to make from this video. I'll pull. Right, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to go ahead and do some polls because now this is a sponsor video. But the question is, should you pull? That's the question I'm going to be diving into a little bit deeper here. Obviously, if you're just into waifu collecting or aesthetics, or like you want another mid-level assassin, go for it. You should definitely pull for this girl, but there are reasons to avoid. And before I do my polls, I want to dive into them. Now, we've looked at this before. HASNA is like a mid-level seeker, right? She has this cool AoE aura that she's going to put out around her. I've already broke down her kit in like my previous sort of Convallaria video, but she's not good enough that if you're like a meta hunting person, you're going to want to like open up the wallet and go hard for this girl, especially when you consider what's coming down the pipe. I want to point out a couple trends real quick here. Trend one, and keep in mind, this order of unit release is not guaranteed to be the order of unit release that we're going to have in global, but we are in a stretch of middling units right now. Kind of, right? HASNA kind of mid, Chorus kind of mid, Shaka Lulu kind of mid, Homa very not mid. So if you're wanting to do some like polling recently and you're just going off of like tier list stuff, Homa is your target in about the next 4 units that you would want to go for pure power. She's a breaker, apparently on the power level of August, who is great, right? So there's the power unit. Homa feels like the must pull, and maybe Homa will be next. In fact, I hope Homa will be next, but even though they the devs are sponsoring some of my videos now, I don't have access to like the pre-release server that I used to have, so I can't tell you for sure if that's the case. But if you're pulling for power, I'd wait for Homa if you think that this release order is going to continue to be right. Even then, even if Homa is your target, after HASNA, Homa, Chorus, and Shaka Lulu, which is a fun word to say, you then have a lot more power coming in. The last row on this SSR unit released order chart that we got from the Taiwan server when the game launched is full of tier 0 characters. And in fact, if you look at HASNA, the character we're dealing with today, and you look below her, pretty much all of the units below her we already have, right? Guzman, Samantha, Fakal, Miguel, Garcia, Rawia, Xavier, Leo, Iggy, Nurgle, Tidon, like we got these people already. So everything that's coming out after HASNA is going to be better than HASNA, or at least on the same level. And so that's a good reason not to pull. Like if you're just on the fence today and maybe you have enough currency to go for one more unit or something like that, I would suggest saving for Homa if that's, if power is what you're interested in, or saving for one of the units that we might see in a month or two if you have a character within that span that you really like the look of, or the play, like if you like playing Seekers or if you like playing Breakers, take all that into mind. Now, like I said, this video is a sponsored one, so thank you, devs. I'm going to go ahead and do some polls. I am not going to go more than one pity. I'm going to pull a legendary, I'm gonna pull a legendary, which is 180 summons away for her. I'm 100 summons away from a legendary, so that's as deep as I'll go. If I get her, awesome. I'm gonna feel really good about that. There's definitely some maps in this game where I'd like to give her a try, add her to my roster, stuff like that. But if I don't, no big deal. Okay, here we go. What are we pulling with today? Let's pull with the Empress. Let's go Empress today. It's a female character. Empress feels good. This one's not a legendary, but 5 epics. Okay. Now we'll hit it again. Dip it into the Luxite here for 7 more pulls. So we go Empress into High Priestess. Okay. Woman tarot card into woman tarot card, trying to pull the woman waifu on the page, and we hit a legendary. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Okay, so this means this is as far as I'm going to go on these pulls. I get her here or I don't get her, so I'm getting out of today cheap. Guys, I might not get her. Nergal is a new character for me. Speaking of characters lower on the tier list, hold on, let's look at the, wait, where's Nergal on this tier list? Bottom tier, right? Yeah, bottom tier defender Nergal. How do I feel about that? Well, I think anytime I pull a new character, I'm gonna feel slightly good. Maybe we'll just look at Nergal for the end of this video, or maybe we'll pull 2 legendaries here. It could happen. It could happen. It could happen. No, it could not happen. So I get away with the Nergal. Let's go build Nergal real quick. Why not? Because having another max level unit is still kind of nice for the whole, you know, when you want to run skips, you know, when you want to send out your team of instant journey people. I need to build a Lexi too. So, okay, let's go ahead. Oh, well, not too rank. Let's do levels first. Let's drop them to level 60. I use the sister all the time, so having Nergal on the roster completes that little bit of deal. Okay, so Nergal, what are we looking at here? Trait, Luxite Gauntlet. He possesses block. At the end of the turn, he gains shield charge. After pulling block, gains bayonet charge. Bayonet charge is like the only thing on here that's new. 10% attack, double against the target with Hangman's Mark. So okay, like tanky, and this is meant to be a tanky character. All right. Sure, why not? Level 1 skill, knockback combo, single target attack, 30% damage, oof. Then performs Pursuit, okay, deals damage to 200% of physical defense. I like this. This is a really good level 1 ability. Now, the basic attack is just a basic attack, so that's definitely stacked against him a bit. He's just Area and Alacrity, okay. Let's rank him up. Let's rank him up. Let's make some choices here. So, rank 1. Let's pop that upgrade. We've got Fast Cover, which swaps position with targeted ally, granting them both a physical shield equal to 50% of his attack. He takes physical attacks for all allies. So he has a way of taking attacks for allies, which, again, like if the AI uses this, would be very good in autoplay for covering some weaker people. But again, there's better tanks, I think, for doing that. Crippling Blow, we've seen this a lot of times before. Speed down, 130% damage. We're going to take Fast Cover. I think if you're going to build a tank, get their tanking ability right there. Okay, rank 2 is nothing. Rank 3, what are we choosing from? Usually we get 2 uniques at rank 3. We've got Charged Bayonet on the right. So at the start of the turn, if the character's not within the enemy's threat range, you gain that bayonet charge, which we talked about earlier. When bayonet charge is active and the character lands a single target attack on enemies with the mark, increase damage by 30%, 30% life steal. So damage, self-healing, both good things for him. But you also have Mark Illumination, which is an instant debuff that puts Hangman's Mark attack down to, I like this. Hold the phone. Now hold up, like for bossing, being able to mark something, decrease their attack, and give them vulnerable to feels really good. And in fact, I think that's so good. There are easy ways, like if you're a newer player especially, there's very easy ways to work this man into some bossing runs. Like that's a lot of debuffs in one attack. And it has nice range on it too. Okay, so Nergal, props, sir. Okay. Reaction abilities, counter attack, we all know what that is. Critical moment, when the character is dying, dodges all single target attacks for 1 turn. At the start of turn, recover 50% HP. Yeah, the problem with this definitely is it's sort of difficult to be under 30% HP. I mean, I'm going to take this one because like it definitely is more useful than the other one, but his reaction ability definitely something holding him back. For sure. I think that was pretty underwhelming. Okay, rank 7. What are we getting here? It looks like one of those is going to be an AoE attack. Yeah, Alacrity. So it's not an AoE attack. It's actually an Alacrity buff. Attack, defense, and crit 15%. Solid. solid, right? It's the Alacrity Leader Order with the attack defense and a bonus. In this case, it's bonus crit up 15. Burning Bridges, single target attack, 150% damage, gain offensive stance for 2 turns. This is weirdly counterproductive to his tanking. I mean, like, the boost to 40% attack is nice. It scales off of defense, which he's going to want anyway, but taking 8% more damage, I'm going to take the Alacrity Leadership Aura right there. And you probably just run that a lot if you're running in with Alacrity characters, at least. Okay, rank 9. What are we looking at rank 9 with Nergal? Silencing attack, which I do kind of like. Fatal attack, yeah. For a tank, silencing attack feels better. For any other, like for not PvP, fatal attack kind of feels better, right? Yeah, I'm going to take fatal attack because the position I imagine using him in is in like a bossing scenario. So if he is auto attacking some bosses, I would like him to have a little bit more pop there. And then rank 11, here's the big ones. We have Absolute Domain, which performs alert. Okay, so he gains that, alert or area around him. It's only range 1, which is interesting for an alert move. Deals 70% damage and interrupts actions once an enemy enters this area. It can be activated 2 times per round. That's nice. The 2 times around thing is nice. The aura, the aura zone of it is so small. And then close quarter release. This is obviously the one you're supposed to get because it's, for him particularly. Single target attack, 110% damage, knockback 4 tiles. It's an AoE 4 tile knockback. Then he deals 50%. Oh, no, it's a single target 4 tile knockback. Then 50% AoE damage to everybody in the area he knocked back to with speed -1. That's cool. I'm going to take it because it's cool. Again, if you're PvPing, I think that Leadership Aura one's probably better. I'm not going to get his rank 12 yet just because I don't see the need, but I will swap out that. And that's Nergal. That's the new character I got today. So that's fun. Another max level character to my roster. Not the new one, which I would have rather had, but I'm going to hold on to the rest of my, I still have so much Luxite, 57k Luxite, so much power coming down the pipe that I'm just going to keep saving for that. Let's go ahead and turn my memory crystals in. Bada bing, bada boom. 1,200 more of those. Oh man, the stuff in here is so expensive. It's so expensive. Anyhow, we'll just deal with those when we have to later, like never. All right, thank y'all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.